Hi everybody. Thanks for taking time to watch this YouTube video. My name is Emiel Eigeraam and I'm a master student at the Imagineering Academy in the Netherlands, to be precise in Breda. This video is a book review. Recently I read the book Firms of Endearment. This book is written by David Wolfe, Sheth and Rajendra Sisodia. As an assignment for the Academy, I produced this video. With this, I try to explain the content of the book, give you my viewpoint, and in the end link the content of the book with the Imagineering program. I'd like to talk about this amazing book with a sort of cause and effect description. Let's begin with the change we see in society. In a contemporary society, we see a major shift in informational power. Due to the extremely fast communication techniques we possess now, the market is getting dominated by conversations. A lot of marketing techniques are outdated. In the past, the consumers got drowned in the nice stories about the company's products and services. However, connected consumers cannot be fooled that easily anymore. The truth will be hunted down. Amazing things we see emerging on the internet in forms like sharing experiences about services or products, like you see at TripAdvisor, sharing documents which reveals the truth, or maybe recognizable for the Dutch people, the modern rebels. Another shift in society is a change in demand. From a materialistic society, we've come to a society where the intangible assets are valued more. Companies will have to adapt to these changes, with showing empathy and inspiring leadership. The book talks in this case about the age of transcendence. The West is dealing with an aging population. The so-called baby boomers are going to dominate this population. According to the authors, people over the age of 40 get to see life from a different perspective. I'd like to quote, "When we're scrappy youngsters or freshly minted adults hell-bent for big-time success, we spend much of our energy trying to get ahead of our competitors in life, work and play. As midlife comes up on us, however, our very humanity inclines us to shift our energies into other pursuits." This can also be linked with the theory of Maslow. When coming to a certain stage in life where most of the needs are fulfilled, the need for self-actualization comes up, being all you can be. It's not that this has changed among this age, but the group is getting dominant in society. Now let's get back to the firms of endearment. The authors describe different firms like Northwest Airlines, Google, the Commerzbank, Whole Foods, Honda, all because of their amazing effort to be good in business, but most importantly in business for good. This is being translated into sustainable care for the environment, the emphasis on company cultures, the accent on emotional qualities instead of intellectual qualities when assessing the staff, but something really important, the endearment to all the stakeholders. From a traditional customer relationship management approach, mostly based on quantitative data, stakeholder relationship management is more qualitative relational based approach. All stakeholders are equal and highly important. What we see in a lot of companies is the lust and worship to shareholders. The problem is that this is a short-term strategy. What we sometimes see is that managers do not invest in innovations to still achieve their financial targets. On the long term, this means throwing away opportunities. Shareholders are best served when all stakeholders are well served. Stakeholder-related investment, in the end, will turn into profit. As conservative companies can be with investments, employees are often restrained with bureaucratic, cumbersome rules. Firms of endearment see the richness of empowered employees. The leaders inside these companies can be described as the givers, listeners, and promoters of others. A relation based on tight rules, like dealing with an adolescent, will let people act like an adolescent. Firms of endearment are decentralized organizations where employees are given the chance to hunt for the treasures in their own way. Another important issue the book reflects on firms of endearment is the transparency. When genuinely collaborating with all stakeholders, all information should be shared. You'll have to position yourself in a vulnerable role, but the stakeholders know what they could expect from the company. It builds trust. It has no use anymore to fight transparency as a company. Now with the rise of the internet, it gets impossible to keep things secret. If the Pope secretly reforms today, everybody will notice tomorrow. In the end, a logical question could be about the profitability of the firms of endearment. People could find everything told here interesting, but could be wondering about the viability. Well, the book gives a lot of examples of firms of endearment doing great in case of revenues, and of course in the case of profitability. Spending money on doing good for all stakeholders in society as a whole will pay you back. When you share your heart with the community may be prepared to share the wallets with you. The book describes the decentralized organization, something we study in case of the complexity science and the network organizations, and the encounter with stakeholders, and as a part of it with the customers can come to a co-creating process. I think the most important lesson and tool which you can use as an Imagineer is the awareness of an organization as an organic system where you deal with people. So the logical outcome is that a great part of your work as an entrepreneur or manager or employee has to do with emotional intelligence. You build with people and you sell to people. In my view, this book has opened my thoughts some more. Of course, during my study you're constantly reading about new philosophies, theories and models. These books, like Firms of Endearment, can help you to get back into the real world, and it helps you to reflect the philosophies, theories and models with the real world. Reading this book and making a review about it made me again a better Imagineer, I think. I hope that you've enjoyed my review and maybe learned something from it. I would really recommend you to read this book for all the cases. All the things I've talked about are extensively applied in firms of endearment, yet in our society. If this development interests you, I'd really recommend you the book. And further on, if you are interested in Imagineering, go to www.imagineeringacademy.nl, and there you can see more of what we do at the Imagineering Academy. Till then, bye and thanks for watching my YouTube video.